Once you file the patent application, how long does it take to get the patent issued? That's a question I hear often. I'm Matt Yospin. I'm a patent and trademark attorney. I work with businesses and individuals to protect their intellectual property. Once we file a patent application, it can take anywhere from a few months to a year if you pay extra for what's called Track 1 examination or some other form of accelerated examination, or if you follow the ordinary course of what's called patent prosecution. That's when the patent office looks at your patent application and examines it. If you follow the normal course of that for a utility patent application, it will typically take 2 to 3 years before you hear back from them at all. And after you hear back from them, usually they give you a first action rejection. You have to respond. You can do so very quickly. You get up to 6 months, typically by right, although you have to pay for some extension of time fees to get all of those 6 months. And once you've replied, they'll look at your response. They'll look at any claim amendments you make, and they'll respond to you again. It might be a few months. It might be several months before they get back to you. Once they've done so, usually that'll be either an allowance or a second rejection, which they call a final rejection. It's not really final. I'll share some links to some blog posts of mine, and I'll get future videos up about what you can do when you get a final rejection. But at that point, we're probably minimum 3 years and perhaps 4 to 5 years out from when we first filed your patent application. That's how long it typically takes to get to that point. Now, when that happens, sometimes you might stop. Sometimes you'll have claims issued. You take those and call it good. Sometimes you'll keep going with, by getting some claims issued that have been allowed and continuing to argue other claims that have not been allowed. And sometimes you don't have any claims allowed and you just need to keep arguing with the patent office. Now, that can easily take more years. It's not uncommon for people to be 5 or 8 or 10 years after a first filing and still be arguing with the patent office. That's how long it can take. Sometimes then it makes sense to pay for Track 1 examination or to pay for other forms of accelerated examination, but those are strategic decisions that you and your patent attorney should make on the facts of your invention. What's in it? What's important in it? How many claims do you think you need to try to describe it? Because all of those questions and the answers to all of those questions factor into whether or not you should file your utility patent application in the normal course of examination or with Track 1 or some other accelerated examination. And this doesn't even touch on the questions of how long it takes for a design patent application or a plant patent application. Typically, those are faster. Now, one last note about how long it takes for a utility patent application. I said earlier on that typically it's 2 to 3 years before the office even looks at it in the normal course of examination. And that's been true. There are a few art units that have been making strides at getting to applications faster. And in some art units, we're seeing pendency times, that is the time from when you file to when you first hear back from the office, down below 2 years, even towards a year and a half, which is great. It's great for inventors, and it's nice to see the patent office putting the resources into hiring more examiners and moving things through their docket faster. But not all of the art units, not all of the groups at the patent office are moving that fast, and so often it's 2 to 3 years before you first hear back. Now, you can see I'm sitting here with my family's collection of Star Wars Legos. We're big fans of both Star Wars and Legos. Just a little background for you. If you've got questions about how long it's going to take for your patent application to get examined, or if you've got questions about one that is already in process and you want to know where it's at or why, by all means, shoot me an email. My email is hello@yospinlaw.com. I'll have that in the video notes, and it's in my contact info. My phone is 617-340-9295. Again, I'm Matt Yospin. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share wherever you found this. And if you've got questions, you can contact me or put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Take care.